Grand rising to all you beautiful souls of light and my friends. I am so honored and blessed that you're here today for another segment of CLG Viewpoint. It is day 5 of 7, January the 10th, 2025, and a beautiful day it is. The year 2025. I am really excited to see what comes forward for all of us this year. Now, each segment, it will have its own uniqueness, and I'll be looking at different ideas through family, health, new technology, culture, arts, music, community, world news, and so much more. Each segment will be twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. So far, it may change. I'm looking at it, maybe another day. For some of you that haven't been to our viewpoint, I have started 2 Telegram channels. One is called CLG Viewpoint, and the other one is CLG Viewpoint Chat. It's a forum where you can send me ideas or small videos, you have any questions, or just to share and talk. I'm here for you, getting to know you. For me, again, it's an honor. Now, each segment, as you know, if you've watched my previous segments, I start with a clearing. I use sage stick. Sage is a wonderful herb that you can clear negative entities to keep your space in a positive environment. I like to all energy entities, you're healed, forgiven, enlightened, and sent back to your perfect place and escorted by my spiritual guides. And so it is. Wonderful. Feels so much better. We'll keep our place with joy, positive, and happiness. Now, on to health sets. Dr. Ann Wigmore is a renowned pioneer in the use of wheatgrass juice in living foods. She passed on and went to the other side on February the 16th, 1994. Health is our birthright. She was a co-founder of Hippocrates Health Institute in the United States in Boston. The Hippocrates diet originated in the 1960s with Ann Wigmore, a Lithuanian immigrant who the Institute claims healed her own cancer with a raw plant-based diet. Dr. Wigmore is a renowned pioneer in the use of wheatgrass juice and living foods. She has a Natural Health Institute school in Puerto Rico, where the ocean is right out the front door. Healthy choices equals healthy living. I was on a raw food regime for 9 years, my husband and I. We both weren't feeling too well at all. And we followed the raw food diet. I'm not talking raw meats. I'm talking raw plant food diet. We had an extremely fun time searching out recipes, creating our own recipes. We felt so good, but slowly and slowly we slipped away from that health regime. And now we're getting back on track again. The Hippocrates signature green juice. This is a juice that they use twice, or they drink twice a day for helping with their life transformational program. And you use cucumbers, celery, organic sunflower sprouts, organic pea shoots or pea sprouts. And it's packed with a lot of vitamins and minerals. You can make your own green juice and add in extra blue, green algae, spirulina, wheatgrass, whatever you choose, just to add that extra boost to your health system. Now, this is Ann Wigmore when she was a lot younger, and this is her beautiful quote. Every thought has the power to bring into being the visible from the invisible. It is absolutely necessary for us all to understand that everything we think, do, or say comes back to us. Every thought, word, or action, without exception, manifests itself in some way as an actual reality. And now, on to the Canadian Press, January the 9th, 2025, written by Liam Casey. This is in Toronto, Ontario. More than 80,000 people in Ontario were homeless last year, 2024. A new report from the province's municipality shows in what is the clearest picture of the issue today. This report came out yesterday. And nearly half of those people have lived either in shelters or on the streets for more than 6 months, or experienced recurrent homelessness over the past 3 years. The Association of Municipalities of Ontario found in this report, examining the human and financial costs of the province's homelessness crisis. Those numbers are shocking, said Robin Jones, president of the association and the mayor of Westport, Ontario, north of Kingston. The association represents 444, yes, 444 municipalities across Ontario, said a fundamentally different approach is needed to tackle the crisis, one that prioritizes long-term housing solutions rather than temporary measures or policing solutions. That would require $11 billion investment over 10 years to create more than 75,000 affordable and supportive housing units. The municipalities also said $2 billion over 8 years is needed to ensure all people living in encampments are properly housed. The association pulled data from the province's 47 service managers who deal with social housing and homelessness. There are now 25% more people living in shelters, 25% more on the streets compared to 2 years ago, the report said. In 2 years, quote, too many people are stuck in the cycle because our homeless response system is broken and poorly funded, close quote, Jones said. AMO Policy Director Lindsay Jones said they knew the problem was widespread, but still found the total number of homelessness people to be, quote, staggering, close quote. Quote, to put the numbers in context, that's about the same size as the city of Peterborough, she said in an interview, close quote. Quote, just imagine everyone in Peterborough, the whole city, being homeless, or everybody in Sault Ste. Marie, the whole city, being homeless. That's the scale of what we're talking about, close quote. The provincial and federal governments need to step up, said Karen Redmond, who serves as chair of both Waterloo Region and the mayors and regional chairs of Ontario. Quote, we're encouraged that they've made a down payment on this issue, recognizing that it is not nearly the amount of money that we need to solve chronic homelessness, close quote, Redmond said. Ontario Premier Doug Ford. How long's he been in power, Doug Ford? And we still have 25% more homelessness in 2 years. Said he found the number of homelessness people province-wide concerning. Quote, I've never seen anything like it, close quote, he said. Quote, but we need to support these people, get them back on their feet, get them a good paying job, and we need to build more homes. Close quote. Personal reflection on that. Why hasn't he done it before? He also said the province is spending some $700 million on Toronto alone for homelessness prevention, with a dearth of reliable province-wide data on the issue. The Association of Municipalities of Ontario decided to find it themselves. Personal thoughts. As you are aware from my last segment, we have a lot, I mean a lot, of natural resources in our country. Then why do we not have enough houses built for the homeless? This is absolutely horrendous. Where is the people's money? And what are the political people going to do about it? North Bay nugget. The high cost of food takes tolls on locals. 1 in 4 families are struggling to put food on their table in Nipissing, according to a report. Author of the article is Jennifer Hamilton McCharles, published on January the 4th. On numerous occasions, she's had no choice but to swallow her pride and register for help at the North Bay Food Bank, or go on social media asking strangers for food. Quote, every month it's a struggle to get by, close quote, Darcy said, asking the nugget not to use her real name. Quote, I spend over $1,000 a month for 2 people. I buy things only on sale, and I would buy only meat, but I just can't afford it, close quote. Darcy relies on her small job and Ontario disability support payments to feed herself and pay her bills. And every month, she says it gets harder. Darcy isn't alone. 1 in 4 families are struggling to put food on their table. In Nipissing, details from the poverty report highlighted the dire situation many people are facing. Quote, the struggle to meet basic needs is a daily reality. Compounding this issue, Nipissing has one of the lowest household incomes in Ontario, making it even harder for families to make ends meet, close quote, according to the report compiled by Michelle Gibb, Director of Employment and Social Services. The District of Social Services Administration Board Chairman said this is the 4th report the board has received, and frustration is setting in. He says it's been the same information for the last 7 or 8 years. Quote, we go to the government and we indicate these are the issues and how to solve them. But I'm wondering, where are we? Have we made strides, or are we treading water, close quote? And it's just not food that people are struggling to buy throughout the North Bay area. Quote, 1 in 4 households live in unacceptable living conditions, housing conditions that are often unaffordable, highlights the urgent need for comprehensive supports and solutions to improve living standards in the community, close quote. Some of the recommendations being proposed to provincial ministries includes increasing social assistance rates to better align with the cost of living, especially for those relying on Ontario Works. Increasing rates will help reduce poverty, food insecurity, and housing instability, according to the Poverty Report. The report also highlights the need to invest in building more affordable housing units to increase the local supply. Expand the availability of subsidized housing and related benefits, including increasing the number of rent geared to income units. When it comes to food security, the Poverty Report recommends stabilizing funding for food banks and community food programs to ensure they can meet local needs. My personal thoughts: so much poverty and people starving. We are supposed to be in a civilized country. And again, with a multitude of incredible wealth we have through our natural resources and other incomes that have been provided to the political people in our country. They know what I'm talking about. Who is managing the funds and where are they? Why do the political officials allow the food to rise so that it is unreachable to purchase food and not house every single person who does not have a home? A home where they can raise their child. A home where children can feel safe. A home where they can have a warm food on the table. Now, international news. Ring of fire tightens around Los Angeles as Hollywood Hills burn by Rollo Ross and Jackie Luna, January the 9th, 2025. Wildfires are worst in Los Angeles history. Homes of movie stars destroyed as flames hit Hollywood. Palisades fire consumes over 15,000 acres on west side of LA. More than 100,000 people forced to evacuate. Los Angeles, January the 9th. A terrifying wave of wildfires squeezing Los Angeles on multiple fronts pushed closer to the symbolic heart of the U.S. film industry on Thursday after a new blaze ignited in the hills overlooking Hollywood Boulevard and its Walk of Fame. The crescent of flames squeezing Los Angeles, including a huge fire between Santa Monica and Malibu on the city's western flank, and a conflagration in the east near Pasadena. What's so expansive that it was visible from space as a huge pincer. More than 100,000 people have been ordered to evacuate as dry hurricane force winds spread flames across parched ground that has seen no rain for months. At least 5 people have died since the fires erupted on Tuesday. The homes of movie stars and celebrities were among those consumed by flames, which tore through some of the Hollywood's most lavish real estate. In the case of Hollywood Hills fire, above showbiz landmarks, instantly recognizable around the world. The fire struck at an especially vulnerable time for Southern California, which has not seen significant rainfall for months. Then came the powerful Santa Ana winds, bringing dry desert air from the east toward the coastal mountains, fanning wildfires while blowing over the hilltops and down through the canyons. Personal thoughts. Much prayers go out to the people who are struggling through this time. in California and across the world. Three separate areas were on fire at the same time, and no control of those fires. Now, today's inspirational soul of light is Muji, a beautiful soul, lots of heart. Everything's just your existence is just timeless. All the rest is just a dream due to condition. I am Cindy Lorraine Grace of CLG Viewpoint, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for you being here today to join me on these segments. If you're feeling compelled to share this forum with others, feel free to do so. Have a wonderful evening, and see you on Tuesday, day 207, January the 14th, 2025. Good night. Until next time, enjoy this music.